Watch this video. 1964 Ford Fairlane Thunderbolt, a drag racing legend. In the early 1960s, American automakers were engaged in an intense rivalry known as the War for Drag Strip Supremacy. Ford, Chrysler, and General Motors were all racing to build the ultimate super stock drag cars, aiming to outperform one another in a quest for dominance on the quarter mile. During this period, Chevrolet introduced its formidable 427-powered Z11 Impala, and Chrysler countered with the aggressive 426 Max Wedge engine in models like the Plymouth Savoy. However, it was Ford that ultimately triumphed, securing victory in this fierce competition with a groundbreaking creation, the 1964 Thunderbolt. Before diving into the Thunderbolt's history and what made it a formidable contender on the drag strip, we need to contextualize the automotive landscape of the early 1960s. At this time, pony cars had not yet made their debut. Iconic models like the Mustang, Camaro, and Challenger were still on the horizon. This meant the Big Three were largely competing with full-sized cars, primarily the Ford Galaxy. In 1961, Ford's Galaxy was equipped with a modified 390 cubic inch V8 engine. However, it soon faced challenges as competitors from GM and Chrysler introduced larger 400-plus cubic inch engines, leaving Ford at a disadvantage. In response, Ford rolled out a new 406 cubic inch variant in 1962, which boasted over 400 horsepower and improved performance. This shift helped Ford's super stock cars gain traction and achieve victories. By 1963, the automaker upped the ante further by introducing a 427 cubic inch engine to replace the 406, marking the genesis of the legendary 1964 Thunderbolt. The 1963 Galaxy lightweight model, powered by the new 427 engine, showed promise, but it still struggled with weight issues. Even with aggressive weight reduction measures, the lightest versions of the Galaxy hovered just above 3,400 pounds, whereas the minimum weight limit for the class in 1964 was set at 3,200 pounds. This discrepancy in weight ultimately hindered the Galaxy's racing potential. Enter the Ford Fairlane, a mid-sized vehicle that offered a significant weight advantage. When stripped down, a Fairlane weighed around 3,000 pounds, allowing for a more competitive configuration within the class weight limit. However, to race this Fairlane in NHRA events, Ford needed to produce 100 road-legal versions of the car to comply with homologation rules. The challenge was that the Fairlane was only available with a 289 cubic inch small block engine, which was far smaller than the 427 cubic inch big block Ford intended to use. To fit the 427 into the Fairlane chassis, several modifications were necessary. The battery was relocated to the trunk, shock towers were notched, and a custom set of tubular headers were fabricated to allow the engine to fit within the tight confines of the engine bay. This 427 engine, often rumored to exceed its claimed horsepower figures, was engineered to be an absolute powerhouse. While the official ratings suggested about 425 horsepower, many enthusiasts believed the Thunderbolts were producing closer to 500, with some estimates soaring near 600 horsepower. The specifications of the Thunderbolt's 427 engine showcased its engineering prowess. It featured a staggering 12.7 to 1 compression ratio, high-flow cylinder heads, and a performance camshaft. Additionally, Two 4-barrel carburetors fed air through a functional ram air intake system, drawing cool air directly from the front of the vehicle. The Thunderbolt's drivetrain was complemented by either a 4-speed manual transmission or a 4-speed automatic, with a set of 4.57 rear gears available for the manual option. Yet, the Thunderbolt's success was not solely attributed to its potent engine. Significant weight-saving measures were undertaken to enhance performance. This included removing the standard Fairlane seats in favor of basic flat seats from a Ford Econoline van. Essentially, every non-essential component was stripped away, including the radio, sound-deadening materials, sun visors, and even the passenger side windshield wiper. Each ounce saved contributed to improved speed. The exterior of the Thunderbolt also reflected its purpose as a drag racer. Ford utilized lightweight fiberglass for the fenders, doors, and the iconic teardrop hood. Initially, fiberglass bumpers were fitted, but NHRA regulations prohibited them, leading to a switch to aluminum versions. Ford's production process for the Thunderbolt was impressively efficient. They based the Thunderbolts on Fairlanes originally equipped with the 289 engine, which already featured the robust Ford 9-inch rear end, ideal for handling the rigors of drag racing. Ultimately, Ford managed to build all 100 units in a timely manner, with half featuring the 4-speed manual transmission and the other half equipped with the automatic. The first 11 Thunderbolts rolled off the assembly line in a striking burgundy color, while the remaining vehicles were finished in Wimbledon white, the same shade used on the iconic Shelby GT 350. This attention to detail, combined with the aggressive modifications, ensured that the Thunderbolt was not just another factory car, it was a beast engineered for victory. And victory is precisely what Ford achieved with the Thunderbolt. These cars were renowned for their exceptional performance, capable of completing the quarter mile in the low 11-second range. The standout time recorded was an impressive 11.08 seconds at 128 miles per hour. In 1964, driver Gas Ronda famously clinched the NHRA Top Stock crown behind the wheel of a Thunderbolt, solidifying its legacy as one of the most formidable drag racers of the era. However, the racing landscape was rapidly evolving. By 1965, the introduction of smaller, more compact cars marked a shift in the drag racing scene, with the focus transitioning to the new pony car class. This left larger full-size drag cars, including the Thunderbolt, somewhat obsolete, resulting in just a single year of production for this iconic model. Today, the 1964 Ford Fairlane Thunderbolt stands as a pinnacle of automotive history, especially among Ford enthusiasts. Original factory numbers matching Thunderbolts are highly sought after, often commanding prices that reach into the six-figure range. For collectors, owning a Thunderbolt is not merely about possessing a car. It's about owning a piece of rare motorsport history. The story of the 1964 Ford Fairlane Thunderbolt is a fascinating chapter in American automotive history. It encapsulates a time when the competition was fierce, innovation was paramount, and performance was everything. The Thunderbolt's unique combination of engineering excellence and drag racing pedigree solidified its place in the annals of automotive legend, making it a timeless symbol of speed and power. If you're fortunate enough to encounter one, consider yourself lucky to witness a piece of racing history that defined an era. Thank you for watching.